6, 5, 4. We've got ignition. 3, 2, 1. We've got our IP takeoff. Hey, y'all, welcome to another edition of the Self Love Show. Please like, share, subscribe. We got some hubbub in the chat already. Today's topic is the lucid American dream. What is it? What is it? Would you rather be woke and broke or dead and fed? We're going to give it over to Chi-Town so they can take over. Show starts in about 3 minutes. Please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Repost the link. This is the Self Love Show. Live.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be clear and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child, for said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Right.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother, between us. Tori made the show starts shortly. And so, he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah.
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Self-love. Vision. All right. I'll grab that screen share really quick. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Without further ado, welcome to the Self Love Show, right here on This Ain't That Network. As we say, TATN. This is co-host 9 Mills. All praise due to the ancestors, the Most High, and also my late beloved Mama Sky. Miss you dearly. Today, we're going to challenge the myth of the American dream and expose the harsh realities of life in the United States. So for any international people out there, we're going to unpack some stuff. What is the American dream, you may ask? How many people actually get to experience the dream? And how many are left being in a nightmare of poverty, violence, discrimination, and oppression? The American dream seems to lie in tatters. There's growing support for mass deportations of, quote, illegal, end quote, and other, quote, unwanted, end quote, minorities. But the real problem lies in the inability to agree on what really constitutes a nightmare. Yeah, it's right. These are some of the questions that we shall explore today with the help of some web search results, some news articles, and our personal experiences. We'll also provide you with alternative perspectives on how to cope and change the situation, how to create a more just and humane society for ourselves and others. Whether you're a victim of the American nightmare, a critic of the dream, or just someone who wants to learn more about the state of the nation, tonight's show is for you. Join us on this journey of uncovering the truth behind the American dream and discovering the possibilities of a new American. vision? Are you woke and broke? Are you dead and well fed? So sit back, relax, and enjoy another edutaining episode of the Self Love Show. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live in living color on Tuesday, January 23, 2024. And as always, wait a minute. And it's 7:30 p.m. in the Shy. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe. But thankfully, you all chose to be here together. Here. Together. Bear down, Chi-Town, what down, brother Wordsmith. What you manifesting today, sir?
Love, man. You know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered. Some say harsh, others said, tough. But it's self-love just the same, good brother.
No doubt.
Yeah. Hey, man, so we got us a new offensive coordinator out there, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Man, he's from the Shanahan tree. Is everybody in the NFL from the Shanahan tree? And is that a good idea? Because now should the defense coordinators know how to stop it?
Everybody's not.
Everybody's from the Shanahan tree.
It's Shanahan, LaFleur.
Yeah, but LaFleur's from the Shanahan tree. It's like you and TC in the frat. Everybody's from the tree.
Roman's
not from the Shanahan tree. He was the only one that we considered.
No, it was another one. It was
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, I think so. The one that's from college.
Okay. All right, so 8 out of the 10 were from the Shanahan tree. So obviously there's going to be some one-offs.
Well, they're definitely trying to stay within that so they could, if they keep Justin Fields, it's not that huge learning a new offense. But that's what Eberflus wants to run. And that's what he wants his offense to be.
Yeah,
he must have had trouble defending it or something.
Yeah, big up Stacey White, huh?
Oh, dude, happy born day.
Yeah, happy born day to DBD out there. Enjoy your day.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what to expect on today's show? We always kick it off with the Self Love Show quote of the day. Then we run a short video, less than a minute. It's our platform video. It's called the More Growth and Development video. That's More Growth and Development. It's all is one well. Then, of course, we have our tattoo tyranny. We like to show our government. We may show that one, or we may show another one, but just bear with us. And then, of course, we have your mind is a terrible thing to waste, so we're going to give you guys a dome teaser. Not sure if I gave you guys the answer to the dome teaser last week. Maybe Brother Wordsmith can clarify that, but we'll give you a dome teaser. Normally, self-love, the dome teaser master solves it. Somebody from the chat gets it every now and then, but you guys feel free to use your brain and see if you can come up with the answer. It's a riddle. If you don't get it, you got to wait till the end of the show for myself to go ahead and have the pleasure of giving it to you. Okay. And then the topic is the lucid American dream. We're not talking lucid technologies. We're not talking the EV. So what is it? Phone lines are open. Troll free. Once again, the number's 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Troll free.
Once again, 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Absolutely. Positively. Troll free.
Trolls get what?
Holes around here, homie.
We'll make you what?
Famous. Like Amos Anus.
That's right. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Let's go viral.
That's right. But yeah. So that's the topic today. And then of course we close it out with my personal favorite part. And that's Wordsmith's final words, where he summarizes tonight's show off the top of his dome in a bit of prose, so a bit of brilliance, night after night. Praise the ancestors, huh, fella?
all day, every day.
Only
They
announcements.
live and breathe through me.
Thanks. The only announcement, and they once sat where we sit, and we shall soon sit where they sit now. Yeah.
Blinking of eye in this imagined space called time.
So if I was, doing the daily meditations, and I came up. Okay, here it is. We've talked about musical chairs for some reason on this show a lot. But I figured it out. Musical chairs. It's how the economy should be. Everybody's struggling to get a piece. Then maybe there's 1 or 2 out of 20 that didn't get a piece. And then the other 18 can do what? Break off a little bit of theirs and make sure that, you know what I mean? Rotate who doesn't sit. You know what I mean? You guys stand up for an hour and then we're going to rotate and everybody's going to be handed chances. Right. But how it's set up now, you're going to have what? 15 people split out a chair.
Yeah. I mean, it's from the jump. It's already
rigged.
5 chairs for the 5 people that they have. And everybody else gets left out.
And then you sit there and you look at the people standing up and you tell them what, so you got to put.
Get out of here.
You got to go to work.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah. Save your money. Invest. So I was just thinking about that, bro. It's an interesting concept. So if I was raising kids and we played musical chairs, we'd have a lot less than just one person without a chair.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's got to go. We're going to have some crying going on. Somebody's going to get shoved to the floor and such, but it's just preparing them for life.
Shoving to the floor.
Preparing them for life.
That's how it is now. So if they all get chairs, they even got an extra chair out there to make sure the little special need ones made. Look at it, you got 2 chairs.
No, they got the extra chair for the person that's going to aid the special person.
Oh yeah, part of the program getting.
They even got a chair.
Part of the program getting the government check.
You know,
them people
don't. Oh.
You vote for Biden, he building prisons.
Yeah, we can vote for Trump.
Yeah. He gonna export all the illegal immigrants.
They gonna export them?
Yeah, he gonna export them. They're gonna get exported.
What happened to the fence?
They didn't build it yet. He waiting on the Mexicans to build it. The Mexicans gonna build it. And pay for it. Trump.
Not a chance.
Hey, Trump is a wild motherfucker, man. Hey, man, he's beating the hell out of whoever this guy is I never heard of. He's running against in the rigged primaries. If I was whoever he's running against, he should be coming. The primaries are rigged. If I was him, I'd be telling him, if I lose, this is all rigged. I'd run Trump's campaign against him.
Forward.
I mean, but it would be catchy. You'd get the media behind you. You'd have some buzz out there.
No, Trump's probably gonna be the next president, so they would just distinguish that. It's not like it's fair media. You don't get fair media coverage. That
unprecedented. The first president, presiding president, and he's gonna have an ankle monitor on. Yeah, I'd put him on house arrest. Shame him. Shame him. You can't leave the White House. You can't leave the White House unless you're going to work.
He didn't even hardly stay there the last time. He was staying in Trump Towers, wasn't he?
Yeah, allegedly taking all the records and going through them there and copying them. Shredding documents, allegedly, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, you guys, make sure you're getting your bums checked out. If you're over 55, yeah, see yourself a proctologist, bum specialist.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering where that was going. I'm like, and he said over to 55. I was like, oh, okay.
That's right. That's right. And TATN history. You know, guys, that channel's been defuncted. We got a good news channel that's associated with this channel now. Check it out.
All right.
Yeah, but guys, get yourself checked out. Again, happy birthday to dude. And yeah, enough of my yapping out here.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. TNT, Self Love Show rocks on. Today, we're going to unpack the lucid American dream. And we're going to get into it. Y'all know how we do. But as always, before that, we have a very important video I need you to check out. Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we are building the Self Love Nation off of. As always, I'm going to start off with the Self Love Show quote of the day. I don't see any American dream. I see an American nightmare. It will be the ballot or the bullet. It will be liberty or it will be death. Once again, I don't see any American dream. I see an American nightmare. It will be the ballot or the bullet. It will be liberty or it will be death. Malcolm X.
He was woke and broke. That's what his wife was allegedly highlighting in that big scene from the Hollywood, realistic rendition of what went on behind the scenes in the Nation of Islam and his life, allegedly.
Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. And number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
You know, in the wild, typically it's the buck that is protected for some reason in nature.
All nature? No.
Typically. Typically. Same thing with the lions. You rarely see them. They come out to scare away other big lions and mainly, larger prey. But otherwise, you rarely see, the male. You rarely, and since they're rarer, they're less in numbers. Nature has to protect them to preserve their life fluid. So I say that to say, when you say protect men, it's extremely important.
We have to protect ourselves. So that's
in order to be there to protect the family from the predatory men and from and to hunt the bigger prey, so to speak. Yeah. And we don't know what was in Charles Darwin's heart.
Oh, yes, we do. We know exactly what was in his heart out there.
All right, y'all. Today's topic, and we had some hubbub in there. Wakil L gets it. He said all of this is a dream. He's a little ahead of me though, but we all are still asleep, and they want us to stay asleep and unconsciously unconscious. That's the Matrix.
Yeah, that's what this is. So Goes right into.
So you're confident this isn't base reality?
Yes.
100%.
About as 100% as one could be. But
Yeah.
not 100% because I don't know everything. And
Okay,
but,
so like Clorox, 99.99999%.
it's semantics.
Yeah, well, because there's always, what do you call that? The fractal.
Yeah.
That's why they can't be, 100%. And
Yeah.
they know they can't. And legally, they don't talk about it. All right, and Ace 2X said, looks like Hugo hacked Ace's account. Did the Bulls know Kobe White was on fire last night and not know that Durant was getting the ball? I digress. Just saw the highlights.
Oh,
Carry
I
on.
saw the game.
Self Luv Show.
Oh. Yeah, the Bulls was up 20 in the third, and Durant was having a horrible game, and then he caught fire, and Debo just kept trying to, do stuff at the end of the game when Kobe White was, man, one of the best players on the floor last night.
Who the hell is Debo?
DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Motri said, just go to work and pay your taxes. Sounds like a slave. Shovel your snow and put down salt. That sounds important. And get some sort of lawsuit out there.
Man, it was snowing and cold here. Whew.
Cut your grass and water it. Okay. Good neighborly thing to do. Take out the garbage and sweep around the can. All right. Is this guy on the spectrum?
Something's gone awry. I don't know.
Rake leaves and pick up paper. All right. Now, air quotes tell True Vision. Love the name of that. Shovel snow, question, and he laughs. And then there's a bunch of stuff from Wordsmith in here. All right. So that's the banter there. You guys are hilarious out there in the chat. Producer said I probably couldn't consider you guys goyim. So we're working on that. Haven't given any guarantees. There's some goyim out there, though. So if you don't think there's some goyim out there in our chat, there's always a fractal.
Well,
Fractals make the world go round. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
I will say you just questioned if somebody was on the spectrum, so I have to.
It's not a bad thing, bro.
And agree with you on that.
Spectrum's not bad, bro. We wouldn't have College Dropout album.
I was talking about the goyim out there.
The goyim.
I was talking about the goyim out there.
Well, hey, I love talking to the Aganakskis. The so-called Jew-ish. Oh, I love talking about the goyim when I be talking to them. Because they be looking at me like, you're the goyim.
You know what I mean? You know they.
And I'm looking at them like, you're the goyim. Oh, it'd be a great conversation. Shalom. They'd be like, shalom. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, good times, man. You love everybody and you don't have to trust them all. Right? So.
Oh, man. Yeah. Don't trust everybody, period. You can't. Not if you want to survive in this Matrix 0.1 base reality.
Base reality. And if you guys missed last week's show, should Black workers organize a worldwide sit-down? Last week, huh? So.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, enjoyed it. It was a good time. A lot of banter and a lot of great information.
Banter. All right. Oof. All right. We're going to skip past pink crime in the other segment. And we're going to get right to it, stuff. We're going to get on topic, because it's a lot to unpack here. You might ask, so they say, what is it? What is a lucid American dream? And I know Brother Wordsmith knows what lucid dreaming is. Obviously, it sounds like YQL has a rudimentary.
Hey, cat.
You see this cat or lucid dreaming? Cats love talking about that. You know what I mean? They do it all the time. Yeah, they be sleep, they be lucid dreaming all the time, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'm sure Wakil has at least a rudimentary understanding of it, as much as you can expect. You know what I mean? Um, but that's what we're going to break down. But did we give the response to the dome teaser last week?
I woke up on Wednesday last week and I was like, did we do the riddle? Because
We gave the riddle.
I know we gave it. I'm talking
You
about the
couldn't
answer.
matriculate, but we
Right.
never gave the answer. No one could matriculate.
Right. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was. Did we do the riddle? I mean the answer, because I mean I know we said the riddle, so I'm like,
yeah, that because I was like, I don't remember it either, bro. So last week the riddle was, maybe you figured it out over a week.
no, I haven't thought about it until.
Yeah, but you haven't consciously thought about it.
Well, that's facts.
Yeah, 89% of your 89% of your understanding is Goyam. And then 11% of you that, you know what I mean? All right, here we go. I mean, that's how it breaks down.
I'm not agreeing to that.
And that's running everything in the background. That's why it's important to stay in tune, meditate, things like that. Don't eat pork. But here we go. Last week's dome teaser was, if you tell a lie, we will hang you. And if you tell the truth, we will shoot you. What did the prisoner say to save himself? And what the prisoner said self was, you will hang me. You see that?
Yeah.
So they told him, if you tell a lie, we will hang you.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he said, you will hang me.
So they shoot him.
He said, if you tell the truth, we will shoot you. So.
Oh, it's a quandrum.
Correct. That's right. That's right. That's right. Brilliant, actually. Wouldn't expect you guys to come up with it. I never would have come up with it, if you want me to be honest. So that's why I put it out there. So here we go. And it's I don't think we've ever not given it out. But here we go. Here's today's dome teaser. What has a heart that does not beat? What has a heart that does not beat? But we're timing it in the chat for you guys who matriculate, be like Caleb Williams or the other kid, Drake May. So if they say that kid's processing, they say that kid's got a fast processing. They do. Coach, what you think about Drake May out there? They say he processing. Man, coach would love to get his hands on him, boy. On the game. Yeah, boy, he processing. All right, so that's today's riddle. We'll give you guys all show to figure it out. And so let's go ahead and get on topic, which is the lucid American dream. What is it? The phone lines are open. You guys feel free to call or text your concerns, or you can, put them in the chat. It's much easier. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Self Love. So what is the American dream as it was shoved down your throat, and then and your understanding of what was being shoved down your throat? So what is the American dream that's typically being shoved down the world's throat out? Yeah.
What was shoved down that throat was the American dream, was, a house with a picket fence.
White. What color is the picket fence?
White picket fence.
All right, it's important.
And that
it's important.
You can work hard and you can be whatever you want to be, and there are really no
work 65 years at one company.
Yeah, there's no limitations, and they're gonna take care of you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
Your children are going to do better than you did.
But get your pension. You're going to get your pension. You're going to be with the company for 75 years.
Yeah. Well, they weren't even working that long at that point.
Right. That's true. There was some more to the dream. But go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah, you're right. Because, it was fluid. The dream was fluid.
And it's everybody has an equal chance and opportunity here.
If they what?
If they worked hard.
Pull themselves up out of what?
Bootstraps.
All right. It sounds like what was shoved down my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone can achieve success and happiness through hard work and perseverance in a free and fair society. Home with a white picket fence, he pointed that out. Small business ownership too, so access to the small business, the nation should be built on the backbone of, your small businesses and your everyday family farmer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you had your factories too, but
that was a different story. And those factories weren't going to shut down on you and just pull up.
Right.
No,
pull out.
No. You were going to work there for, if you want it, 60 years, you know what I mean? And then you build your pension and everything like that and get a nice gold watch. And, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was fluid, but great job. Because I think that's what was rammed down. Now, where do you think this idea emerged from? I'm not saying who rammed it, but what do you think this concept of the American dream? Because a lot of people say this country is an experiment out there by some scientists.
Yeah, there was someone who they said first coined it in 1931.
Really?
James, what was his name? James.
Was he a politician?
James Truslow Adams, a historian and writer, in his book.
Really?
Yeah.
Was the book titled The American Dream?
It was entitled The Epic of America.
He missed the boat on that one, didn't he?
He definitely did. He put the American dream in there.
I wonder if he had page numbers out there.
I guarantee you.
Hold up.
I guarantee you there's only
Jim,
one book.
Jim, can you give me a close-up here? I want to say something to
There's
the
only
children.
one book.
Any children out there or aspiring writers out there, if you're going to write a book or anything that's going to be more than one page, take the time and the consideration for your readers to put a page number. I think society, we don't have to agree on abortion and, larger topics. Who's the original man, who are the true Hebrews. We don't have to agree on that, but we can agree on a number, a page number. All right, that's all I got. Jesus.
Yeah, you have to have a place to reference things. Otherwise,
we were doing a review and we couldn't even, tell the people.
Yeah.
They just got to believe us. Somewhere in the middle of the book, you got to believe us. It was mentioned here that.
On page, I have no idea. In section.
Well, that's the brilliance of the Bible.
Section is.
The brilliance of the Bible is you don't need page numbers, but they have what? Clear
verses, chapters, verses.
Yes.
It's all split up where you can go right to that and look.
You have a reference.
But the Bible still has page numbers.
Well, yes, you're right. Each Bible as you get it. Yeah. Right. And it depends on which version and which year it was printed. So you and I have the same exact one. Yes, we can still say turn to that page. Yeah. But most people just say turn to the book.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Chapter, verse.
Yeah.
It's a much better reference point because all different Bibles, it references the same point in any page on any Bible.
Yeah, because some pages may be wider, depends on how you print
Has
it.
some reference.
Yeah.
A reference. Man.
It's a good book, but it was one of the most frustrating reads ever, just based upon that. All right, we digress. Yeah. All right, the lucid American dream. What is it? Phone lines are open. All right, so where did this idea? So you said this one guy. I'm gonna take it a step further. The Illuma booty.
Yeah, the expansion of it. But and the 31 is probably a good introduction because it was probably not as maniacal, and I'm not sure it was. I'd have to read the book to see how it was conceived.
Yeah, I'm
But
going with the origin, 13 families, and the one that no one talks about. I'm convinced there's 14. And the Illuma booty.
there's 12 families they talk about, and one they really don't. So I think that it's still
Oh, that's the
13.
13.
Yeah.
Probably the Judas bloodline.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And it's melanated people. I know that part.
of course. I mean, they all were pretty much. All right. So now, okay. Well, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna throw that out there. But how we know who rammed it, right? Hollywood did a pretty damn good job, and in books.
And education.
Oh yeah, because you had certain books that everybody read. I could talk to people and they say, "Did you read this book and that book?" It was shaping your
Part of the
view.
curriculum.
What do you mean? It was mandatory reading out there?
Uh-huh.
A teacher couldn't at Drop Dead Gorgeous Race School of Higher Learning, higher public learning, grade school learning. My English lit teacher, whatever they called it, they couldn't just said no. I'm not gonna do Judy Blume this year. I'm gonna do Torrance Smith.
And maybe before we
Your
got in
parents
school.
were in school.
Yeah, before we got in school, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because before that, Board of Education was finally finalized because the Rockefellers were going to pay for everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we got rammed a lot of stuff. They like almost every show that we do proves more that they're separating us from our children and our children from our parents. They want us to believe the narrative as opposed to what our parents say. Even now, they came with some new math, a new way to do the math.
So could we substitute narrative for system? But go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Same thing. That's math. That's why I went to the math. I'm like, so our children can be like, well, you can't do this, so I can't listen to you about it. It's more separating us from our family.
Yeah,
like
or like the way your
your
son say I should practice the step back 3, and I haven't even mastered free throws yet. But not your son, but one son.
Yeah, has not mastered the fundamentals, and they're looking to make the fundamentals step back 3. Yeah, that's a good example.
Correct. It's exactly what they've done too.
But they, this system. Yeah, it's later in the show. I'll hold that thought.
Yeah. Hold a little back, because if you're gonna go on a rant, let production know. We'll be happy to sit back and roll up backstage in the cream room and smoke. Allegedly,
that's not appropriate yet.
All right, that's fair. How has the image changed over time? I'd say it's gotten a little darker.
I mean, yeah,
it's gotten a little darker.
It's more than just darker. It's gotten like weird. It's it's showing that it's not for everybody, and everybody can't do it. But then, if you're a hard worker, if you work hard, you can break through that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But what if the whole plant shuts down and moves away? Just decides to move to China.
Well, you just gotta pull your bootstraps up,
Bootstraps.
and tighten your belt,
Survival of the fittest.
and tighten your belt.
The pioneers of this country would have got on.
Man,
The
tighten
pioneers
your
of this
belt.
country. The pioneers of this country who were here at the beginning, who were the first people here, would have had started a wagon trail and went and got some other land where there were no people there, nothing but savages. You know what I mean? And chopped down all the trees and killed all the animals and survived. So I know what you're saying.
The Choctaw and my people was here.
Oh, here we go with this. He thinks he's better than everybody because he's
And
checked out his lineage.
Well, I just know my lineage. I don't
Yeah.
think I'm better than anybody, but you know what that is.
But yeah, how has it changed? Because you remember there was the Jeffersons, you know, because I watched a lot of TV, as many of us did, you know. And once I think it changed, of course, what Kill didn't. He had a smart family. Wasn't privileged to go to Drop Dead Gorgeous Ray School, but smart
Didn't
family.
watch the television.
He was, man, because bro, I wasted a lot of time. I'm talking about the Give Me a Break. What's the one? Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Courtship of Eddie's father.
Yeah.
I'm like, my father's nothing like that. I'm like, look at all the toys. He's taking them where? Miniature fucking golf. There is such a thing? Golf? What the hell is that? Taking them everywhere. Bowling. This little kid's something every day. He's talking and this guy's listening and, you know, giving him answers.
Even good times.
Good time. The Jeffersons, you know,
all
moving up.
stolen from, Black Rider. Or
Penthouse apartment.
So-called Black Rider.
From Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Penthouse, remember? Penthouse apartment self and move around the others, move out your community, you know, and, you know, have a white doorman. So the American dream was fluid. But how's it changed now? Remember Michael Jordan, McDonald's? I mean, how's it changed today? TikTok, maybe? Been some sort of influencer?
That's not working for anybody and doing your own thing. I don't know. It's weird. It's, for myself, I would say I want to be able to do my art and live without interference, be able to take care of my family very well, and teach them the morals and the traditions, for them to grow and do what they need to do and prosper.
And I'm going to definitely say, and that was a very personal way you laid that out there, and I appreciate that. I can't deny all that. I throw in, health, of course, and mental health, of course, out there.
Yeah.
But today, I think the dream is still to get you a bit of land, property. Maybe it's even, maybe it's a condo. I don't know about the white picket fence, but a nice whip, a nice whip, the American dream. Send your kids to the private school, because they're not programming them at the private schools.
Yeah, they got a different program, but it's still programming.
Somebody's got a curriculum herself.
I mean, if it's a curriculum, then there's a program.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's up? It should be a private school where the WHO votes and governs as overall overall board of directors of the curriculum should be the parents. Hey, baby girl. Tasia said, hey.
Hey.
Overall board of directors should be the parents. Well said, so. They should have to get it approved. And I don't mean some long legal hogwash language, right? Just simple curriculum. Yes. If you guys are going to change the math, the parents have to approve it. Has to make sense.
Yeah. And the curriculum should be decided by the parents. I mean, That's kind of what happened in some of the schools I went to. Yeah, curriculum was.
You talking about the Choctaw schools on the
No,
reservation?
I didn't know nothing about that part.
Yeah.
That part in my life out there. I'm talking about.
You're from the south side of Chicago, there, fella.
The schools I went to. Yeah, the Montessori style of schools. They weren't Montessori because they were not religious based, but
he's talking about the bougie Cosby kid schools that I've been telling y'all about.
Oh no, them Cosby kids didn't go there. They went to brainwash school.
Yeah. All right. But where did B1 or melanated children get this imaging from? I mean, I've been ramming, TV shows and stuff. Any other source of where we get this idea of what's going to happen?
Media. I mean, movies, you same thing. School, church.
Parents.
Definitely parents.
Parents, bro. They're ramming a certain thing.
Yeah, you got to do this. You got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to work, man.
Mm-hmm. Or you're going to end up in the military or prison.
Clean up, take your trash out and sweep around the can.
Or you're going to end up dead in the military or prison. Now, what programming is that on a kid in Theta, huh? So
it's bad news. Introducing them to concepts they have no idea of. Dead, prison.
Unnecessary darkness. Yep. All right, the lucid American dream. What is it? Phone lines are open, you guys. Anybody knows the show knows that we do tend to park it out there at a certain point of every show. So any hubbub in the chat, we shall. And I cover any hubbub and all hubbub left in the chat as long as it's respectful. So we can make you famous.
The Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. To expose they don't equal.
I know how I go.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. Wordsmith 9 Nails. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show.
You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show. So today we started off with the definition. And y'all know how we do. We're going to move into the more thick of the conversation using our personal information for evaluation. We have some excellent videos for you to check out.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk esoteric. Some behind the curtain shit.
No doubt.
Rabbit hole.
And we'll get right back at you. Uh-oh. Supposed to skip this from here.
It let you take that? Yeah, you can skip it. So good. Never mind.
And it bows to his will. Nothing is as rebellious as the white man. Everything that God said thou shalt not do, the white man says, gee whiz, buddy, it's all right. Come on, try it. You like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys are too rigid. You only live once, man. Come on. You know the junk talks like that. I'm talking about Bob. I'm talking about Bill. I'm talking about Larry. You know the guys I'm talking about. Now, listen, you acting like you don't know them. That's why we don't allow no white folks in here. Because if we had white folks in here, you'd be looking all behind you and wondering what Bob and Bill and Larry and Susie and Cindy might be thinking.
I wanted to do business. My brother became famous, and we had an opportunity to leave that world and go into another world. That opportunity came, hip hop hit. Charlie told my brother Eddie, yo, this is the wave of the future. This is going to be huge. Eddie did not believe that it's a fad and moved forward. And then there was an opportunity. I wasn't a rapper. It was an opportunity because of my brother's fame for me to get a recording contract. with Clive Davis's company, with Arista Records. I could have been afraid and said, nah, but I wasn't. I've never been raised to be afraid. So I took advantage of the opportunity, and I did it. And I started learning how to write, learn how to rap. It was a perfect time. It was all, pretty much it was new. And I went from being an artist to, we did some things with touring and merchandising. I touched a lot of aspects of Eddie's career, and then kind of just graduated to my own thing.
Oh, my beloved black brothers and sisters, I appeal to you this afternoon to reason. Look at Huey Newton and Eldridge Cleaver. Many of you love the Panther philosophy. You love to see a young black brother stand up and challenge the system. They were beautiful brothers, beautiful men who wanted liberation for black people. But Whitey there again infiltrated the Panther movement. And while many of the brothers and sisters were saying, right on, baby, right on, in the crowd was an agent of the United States government planning the destruction of the Panther Party. You live to see him put Huey and Eldridge against one another, bust the movement down the middle, and then break it up. And now they can talk about the Panther Party because they've destroyed it.
Social programming, man, is off the chain, and we witnessed it. We got to see it firsthand. I often say that hip hop went from having fun.
These drive-by mass killing women and children in the neighborhood, like that's okay. Killing the elders, shooting up the block, that's all good stuff. The drug raping, all of that stuff became the cool thing to do. And then there was the mass materialism, and that kind of started during our era.
Yeah.
You talk about all these brands. I didn't know nothing. We didn't know nothing about half these brands that you could copy, Macy's and Nordstrom and all of that stuff. And some rapper hadn't told us about it. You know what I mean? So then the next step, if you ain't got a job or you don't have the means to get it, then what you gonna do to get those goods that we couldn't afford? You gonna sell drugs. You gonna do what you gotta do to get that stuff.
What's the point of life? Lord, why do we do it? And what's the point of strife? Pimps and whores see right through it. They see fluid. All Johns ain't saints, and St. John knew it. Tricks of preachers, 12 disciples, and so-called druids. See, solid. Get married and have shorties after college. So what's the point? Vibrate love, go share knowledge. Silence is violence. Stupid is as stupid does. Join the Give Back Gang Alliance. Gang, gang.
Man, thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They so ignorant.
So hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show. Box on. Love Show. Y'all know how it go. Know how the story go. We're back. And we, like Nine so eloquently said, we're going to get into the esoteric. Transforming from the barbaric. So the Self Love Show, the lucid American dream. What is it?
Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show.
What is it? What is it? What is it? That's right. What is it, Self? How does the so-called American dream compare to the realities of social mobility, economic inequality, and racial injustice in the U.S., which I think that quote that you start the show with from Malcolm X is very appropriate.
Yeah.
So when as you start growing up and you start seeing the reality of it, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. I had no idea when I was younger that I would know people that would be murdered or go to prison. I had no concept of that. I didn't think I would know anybody that happened to. So there was a bubble when we were coming up. And as you live and you learn and you see people get burned, it changes the perspective. Kind of let you know that everything ain't what it appears to be. And you start learning that there are reasons behind it that you couldn't even conceptualize, such as racism and, whole system against you.
Yeah, some stuff can't be hidden, like, protests, riots, so-called riots. As you start growing up and then your elders kind of talking to you about the reality of some things and you start living it, you start finding out certain things. You may not get the privilege or the breaks that some people get, for similar transgressions. It's almost like you got to be perfect out there.
Well, you got to be better than perfect, because once you start getting to a certain age, your parents start telling you got to be twice as good or 3 times as good as your counterparts.
Yeah, first there, last to leave, and last hired, first fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you realize the differences too, bro. Even as you slide through different communities, you start seeing, the purse clutching, just the differences on the way people are living.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of propaganda, and the media has made it harder for our people. By what they show,
what they market to us,
by what they show to everybody else. They don't show them doing the same things that they show us doing.
No.
Like, if there's a violent crime and it was performed by one of us, then our mugshots all over the place. And if it's done by them, it ain't hardly even reported. And if it is reported, there's no pictures at all.
And the corporations market the same type of apparel and etc., gold chains, dookie gold ropes, stuff like that through our influencers.
And entertainers.
So that, yeah, well, those influencers. So that they can profit, and so that we can have a target on our backs, for the Gestapo. Speaking of the Gestapo, bro, I was at LA Live, and man, about 8 Gestapo rode through on horses. Man, they had cowboy hats. All of them were pink. Man, they rode by. 2 of them looked at me like they wanted to jump off and beat my ass. You know what I mean? 2 of them, boy, they turned super pink. They looked at me. I was like, I couldn't get my camera out quick enough to start filming them and slave patrol. I was gonna put it on TikTok. Have you send it to your friends at the plan, or at least get it on their feed. You know what I mean?
I don't have any friends in the Klan.
All right. Yeah. For the record. All right. Yeah, but no, it's hard out here, man. If you go downtown LA, you see it.
Man.
Back to the musical chairs thing that I was doing, the thought experiment, bro. That's the trick of capitalism. I feel like it's good for those at the top and for the powers that be, right? It might be the best system for a nation and those at the top, but it's not the best system for the world or for the individual.
It's
If that
not.
made any sense.
It made absolute sense because you have to have a large employable force and waiting for capitalism to work.
So you can do what?
Rape them. I mean,
lower by hiring them. He means lowering the wages.
Yes,
and the health benefits
and the hours that they work, and benefits, and that, the whole way the place operates, and
because there's a whole pool of people who are trying to pull themselves up out of their what?
Bootstraps, but they're unemployed. You have to have an unemployed force waiting to be employed
or underemployed.
Yes. Well, there's a whole lot of unemployment. There's a lot of people that are not employed,
which ties into our show we did on schooling.
Yeah.
Right. How we discovered that the whole purpose of schooling was for preparing people to work factories and at companies and at big retail stores. How to fill out applications and follow instructions and things of that nature. Of course, they don't do that. But of course, they don't do that in college and at the higher levels.
Slave.
Yeah, but they're not doing that once you get to college.
Yes, they are. I mean,
elite colleges.
No, yes, well, yeah, they are. Making sure you follow instructions. You got an application to get in there, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
You got to take notes in class, and you got to regurgitate what they tell you.
Yeah, because if you don't regurgitate, you can lose it all, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
you want this? You want that? You graduate from here, you'll be making 8 figures in 3 years. But if you don't regurgitate,
we don't know what we can do with you. In fact, you can go home. You can say you failed out of here.
Yeah, we'll have you expelled. You know what I mean? Right out of here. You know how many other people are thirsty out there that are trying to pull themselves up by their foot?
By their bootstraps. They ain't even got no boots.
That's right. That'll say and do anything, for the opportunity you have, Yeah, there's a million more like you. So to Self Love's point, well said. What are the benefits and drawbacks of pursuing the American dream for individuals and society? Kind of what I just kind of talked about, but what do you say to that?
I mean, there's some individuals who achieve a certain amount of success, and it's individualized, though. I mean,
but you can't take away from them. There's the ones that work hard.
They follow the
athletics
path
and music,
and they got whatever they got, and they're doing what their version of the dream is. Then there's some people that do it.
They may not know they're beholden,
right?
But they're beholden. They're
yeah,
beholden, and the whole house of cards can
come crumbling down in some cases.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can lose a contract or something. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Yeah, it's set up how it's set up. It's going to let some through so that it appears that it is fair and equal and just.
For only so long.
Some for the whole time. But some who are, just playing the game, they, they got something on you. They can give it and take it away.
That's what Cat Williams was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fact.
Yeah. He said he moved out. He said Yahusha moved out at 13. He said it was good enough for him. You know, him and his dad was about to, kill one another. And I respect that on both sides. You know what I mean? All right. Drawbacks, pursuing the American dream. Benefits, yeah. And it does, create a drive and, and you do develop a craft or something of that nature.
Sense of manifestation, no matter what it is, using your mind to achieve something you perceive.
Kind of like the beast of burden that's the ass, I think it is, that's pulling the hoe, and you got that carrot out in front of him. It is an ass, I think, right? The oxen, it's pulling the hoe, and they got the carrot out in front of
I
them.
thought the ass was the donkey.
Oh, okay. All right. I think you're right. I think you're right. Maybe it's an oxen, but
The oxen is
yeah, kind of like
well,
that.
both of them, they've had,
yeah.
Well, mules probably pull stuff more than donkeys. Donkeys, they say, are
or anything
stubborn. They
thinks it's gonna catch up to that thing that's out in front of them while it's pulling a heavy weight, and the thing's obviously on string is an ass. It's the whole,
oh yeah, well, donkey ain't doing that.
Yeah, it's the whole point of making it's an ass. But now, how does the American dream affect the United States role in the world and its relations with other countries? I mean, you got hundreds of thousands, according to big media, crossing the border every day out there. And droves to get here.
A lot of them hate us. They think we are targets wherever we go around the world.
They think we're all fat and rich.
Rich. That's what they, and they think if they come here, they can be rich. It's the land of milk and honey, and the streets are paved with gold and all kinds of shit.
Well,
fantasy.
if you're gonna get it, $25,000 debit cards and phones and free housing and jobs and driver's license, if you move in any country and they set you up like that, Self, you might be rich pretty quick too. But go on.
I'd be gone. I'd be there. I told you that part way before. I said, if you born poor, gonna die poor on this side, you can get money on the other side, going to the other side. But that's all part of this plan that they got going on to make us have
yeah. I mean,
negative.
seriously, what if you made it to Switzerland, Sweden, one of the richest countries in the world, or Dubai? And once you got there, Self, they were giving out debit cards with $100,000 on there, giving you a Porsche, you know what I'm saying? Giving you a nice condo and shit. Motherfuckers would be going there in droves. That's what I'm saying. It's all relative, it's all it's relative. But go ahead. Yeah.
That's why I was saying they got to stop what's going on here, because that's nonsense.
I'd get there.
I'd
get there. Man, Self, if you got there and you was like, man, I made it over here, man, boy, and you and the guys, all the regulars sitting there, y'all had a nice penthouse condo apartment or something, and Dubai government giving y'all a big debit card, $200,000 as soon as you made it there, I'd be like, man, I think I'm gonna get there. Setting you up with jobs, paying, $100,000. Like, I might get there. Yeah. So, but yeah, it allows though us to, I think, wield some power, some an illusion of power in the world, because now we can control the minds of people, because I think many parts of the world are influenced by our culture.
Absolutely. But the whole thinking that it's rich beyond belief, that's like gonna draw people here, and once they get here, they find out that it ain't like that all the way. But I mean, but
Right.
Still, if you come here, you're getting $5,000, and you coming from where pesos, you living off pesos, and they, hundreds of them to a regular dollar. Then I mean, shit, and they could send that money back, and live well
I'll tell you what, why
to
kill?
wherever they coming from.
Bravo, why kill L? Bravo.
I was just putting it in the
Yeah,
thing.
whatever. Yeah, sure you are. I mean, look at this guy. Bravo, why kill L? He solved today's dome teaser. He
I was typing it in.
he kind of put in
Put two
I-
questions, two
yeah,
answers.
yeah. I have
Yeah,
to
'cause-
give it to him.
Yeah,
One of them is what I was looking for, though. That makes sense.
yeah. I was typing in the second one.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what-
we're looking for. But
That's
we'll
what
give
I
him,
was typing in. But
yeah, we'll give him credit.
yeah.
Yeah. He got
Oh,
credit.
if you can miss, then he definitely gets credit. I mean, if you can
He
put
got
as
it.
many as you in, right? I'm just right. So
Yeah,
first one wasn't what you was looking for, but it's true. And then
yeah.
the palm trees have a heart.
That's damn good, man. Come up with
Palm
that.
trees
Both
have a
you
heart
guys.
too.
Yeah, that's damn good. Yeah, they have souls, spirits, but that's a whole nother conversation. That'd be a good
No,
show.
I mean it's a heart of palm. Is people eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Palm trees. They have a
Choctaw,
heart.
eating hearts, scalping people, scalping the poor pink man. You know what I mean?
No,
All
the
they were trying
pink people started scalping.
all they were trying to do is yeah, allegedly the pink people did majority of scalping.
They did. They started that.
And
That's
then
and
they said it was
blamed
yeah.
other people for it.
So you're trying to say they could be doing some of the shooting out there in the communities when those
Most of
babies are getting shot?
Well, I told you about those masks, those realistic. Yeah.
Allegedly.
I'm well. I told you about it. It wasn't allegedly that I told you about it, but they, we saw allegedly.
Yeah. And then, all right. Well, how can the American dream be reimagined or redefined to better reflect the needs and aspirations of the 21st century? B1, your kids' generation.
Well, they can look to make sure everybody's taken care of. Have a
Socialism?
place. It doesn't necessarily have to be socialism, but it uh, people got to be taken care of. Like people, poor and indigent. They closed all of mental places and let them people out into the street. And they living in tents and stuff here.
Ronald Reagan closed those down, the great Ronald Reagan, and then no one else reopened it.
But the Rahm Emanuel closed down many more.
Well, he closed down the state ones, but Ronald Reagan closed down the federal ones. So there was always a federal facility that you can just house those people in. The ones that are out there shaking and yeah.
But no, he closed down the ones in the city.
Yeah.
Emanuel's
Ron was
the mayor.
he was a mayor. So yeah, that's what they
that-
do.
Yeah, Zionists.
Yeah, that's what they do. So speaking of no heart, so what was the riddle?
Zionists.
What was the riddle? So because the answer could be Rahm Emanuel. I shook his hand.
Man,
I felt nothing but cold. And he was missing that finger.
Man,
Shake my hand and you're missing a
I
finger.
used to be around him a lot, when I was working at Kennedy King, because he would come up there and
Listen, if you're missing a finger and you're gonna shake my hand, you should give me a warning. Like it should be
dark
energy.
energy.
You should be able to hold your hand up. You know what I mean? Before you shake somebody's hand and you're missing a digit. Should be some sort of law. You know what I mean?
Energy.
What are you talking about?
Dark energy. I was around that dude a lot. And that dude had very dark energy.
What? Oh, Rahm Emanuel?
Yes.
He was missing a finger too. And stuck his hand out there and shook my hand. It was cold.
The
Couldn't
whole
look me in
finger, I
the
thought
eye.
he was missing a digit.
Yeah, a digit. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's missing a digit. That's what I'm saying. It should be a law. You should have to warning. I'm missing a digit. You want me to shake with the left hand? I'm missing a digit here. I think if I was missing a digit, I would tell people. I'm not gonna just stick my hand in and then they're looking to see your reaction. I thought he was trying to do some sort of, you know what I mean? Thought he was flirting or doing something. Then I realized this guy's missing a digit. The big ups to him. All right.
No ups.
Yeah. Reimagine. I talked to you about the flat income. Seemed like you were against it. Flat rate for every American. Out the gate. I mean, on Monopoly, they gave you 200 just for passing go.
There were circumstances that you did not pass go. You did not collect $200.
Yeah.
And everybody, and that
Every
happens today in
every
real life.
American earning under, say, 150 grand a year, will be given a $2,500 a month stipend. Flat rate. It could even be some sort of socialist government credit card, right? Yeah, I know you're thinking it sounds like welfare. You can put a pamper on it and call it what you want out there. You know what I'm saying? And everybody goes around and every store accepts it. Every store accepts it. The only people who would be against that is the big banking, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Collins. Oh, I'm going to name them. Mm-hmm. Want to name himself? Want to name some more of them? You don't want to name them all in succession right here with the AI listening? You don't want to name them. Yeah, DuPont. Yeah, they had DuPonts. Oh, boy, the DuPonts. Yeah. Big ups, small ups to the DuPonts. Yeah, but yeah. So it goes back to my analogy. You got people, they don't pay taxes, they get around it. I was explaining at the court. Oh yeah, Ace had some hubbub in there. He said, what happened to it? Did he delete it?
No, it's there. It says Looney Tunes was on the spectrum and definitely Coach.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was meaning to comment on that. Looney Tunes was on the spectrum and definitely Coach. Yeah, he came in there. Looney Tunes came in there like Coach. I sent it to you and gave you the timestamp, Self. I'm surprised you ain't watched it. I might make it a short, but you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Man, Looney Tunes came in there, boy. Looney Tunes came in there, boy.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, I'm new here. You should have seen
it.
Like,
I saw it.
And you could press the chat and see what was going on. Boy, Looney Tunes. Hey, he was on the spectrum, but he knew how to pop up and pop in, didn't he? He knew how to click that zoom and get everything set up there.
Yeah, I'm new here. What's your favorite Looney Tunes?
I said, oh, man, we're talking sports. I know, but what's theirs?
Yeah.
I tell you who should hire
saw
him.
It.
Who should hire him? Looney Tunes should hire him. I'd hire him, have him working at I'd have him working at the Disney park or wherever, right over in the little Looney Tunes village. What's your favorite Looney Tunes character? Boy, everybody would love him. Who are you? And what's his? Hey, look, we don't want to talk to you anymore. But what's his favorite Looney Tunes character, boy? You had to tell him. I bet. Boy, I bet you're gonna tell him. I bet you're gonna tell.
I saw that.
Boy, Ace looked like he wanted to choke that dude, man. You know what I mean? Boy, if Ace would have had a few more beers. Yeah.
He's gonna choke him through the Zoom? I mean, what?
I don't know, but he looked disgusted, and you should have seen Diesel was sitting there like Justin Fields was sitting there. You know what I mean?
I saw it. I laughed.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. We handled it respectfully. I was proud of the guys.
I didn't realize that was what he was talking about. Looney Tunes.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying. If you could hit the live chat button and it'll still show you like when you're watching the replay of it.
Yeah. No, yeah. I saw it. I saw the
Oh, you saw that, huh?
Yeah. When you told me about it, I wouldn't found it. I just went and searched and got to it.
What's your favorite Looney Tunes kid? He was in the chat, then he popped up. He popped up, went right in, got his mic on. Yeah. Like I said, but nobody helping him do all that. You know what I'm saying? He was on the spot. And he knew not to try to pop back in. Let me tell you something. Different from those geniuses down in Champagne.
He went
You know what I
somewhere
mean?
else.
They
He went
kept
somewhere
popping
else.
back in.
But he didn't get the Looney Tunes character, so he definitely wasn't gonna pop back in. He's in search of your favorite Looney Tune character. So he went to the next live, like
Oh
got in
man.
there, was like, "What's your favorite Looney Tune?"
I wish I could remember Looney Tune stuff, man. Which ones? Because you get confused. You know which one.
Yeah, we're out, you know.
I should have Googled it and started talking Looney Tunes.
No, y'all was talking politics, man.
Well, let me ask yourself: would you rather be quote dead end quote and fed, dead and well fed, or woke and broke? I mean, because ultimately, self, you talked about the ramage and you're going to regurgitate. A lot of times it comes down to that. You get in some corporate situation, get around there, any company, you're like, oh, I got to kiss a whole lot of ass. But on the other hand, I got to feed my family out here. Which might not be bad, but I'm just saying, you got to do some things, that, you may not do, accept some situations. So that's all I'm saying, self. You accepted situations to come up, but to a point, to a level. So would you rather be dead and fed or woke and broke?
Well, I can only be awake, so I'm awake and I don't plan to be broke. You know what I mean? So
I feel like if you're woke, you're not broke.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine doing a bunch of of that behavior to get ahead.
But you can be dead and well fed, which a lot of people do.
There are.
Listen, you can feign being dead to become well fed so that you can, take your children out of the rat race, so to speak, and generational wealth and income. A lot of cats have done that. Now, at some point, they got to pay the piper. They're going to get the humiliation or something of this nature. They're going to pay the piper. But the family's going to be good. And sometimes those kids never come out right either.
I mean,
come out to hate
children,
their daddies.
Yeah, with children that get given everything don't tend to always come out with the best result.
And go off to those private schools where there's 5-generation snobs are showing your kids how to be privileged, snobby,
entitled. That's what
it is
comes to mind. The entitlement. Yeah. So there's a philosophy behind it saying you don't really leave them, so they gotta build something of their own.
It goes back to what you said earlier. They're targeting the children and not just the children of the poor.
Yeah.
You've got your upper middle class, your nouveau riche, they go after those kids.
Absolutely.
All right, bro. So as we get close to wrapping it up, what is lucid dreaming? Briefly.
Lucid dreaming is when you realize you're in the dream.
You're conscious that you're dreaming.
Yeah, you're conscious that you're dreaming and it's a dream, and you can take over the dream. That means you can move how you want to move, as opposed to being reactionary, what normally happens in the dream. Yeah.
And that's what I was saying, that I think how America is set up by those families that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
To be a lucid dream. How? Substances. How? Sugars, salts, candies, sodas, right? Alcohols, pills, booger sugar. We can go on and on and on and on. Television shows, certain songs, music, what the dopamine. So you're going along and you have these dopamine fixes constantly. Cigarette, the black and mild, it starts them from childhood. Vending machines in the school used to be a big deal. They didn't have them in
Also,
there.
it's in the air, it's in the water, it's in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
food,
yes. The toothpaste, the everything.
everything.
Right. So it creates this lucid dream that, okay, pull myself back up by my bootstraps. Yeah.
Well, you kind of lose control of the dream when you're on all these substances. It's much harder to move when you're operating out of habit. It's hard to grow and expand when you're following the program.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the analogy because, you know, you go here, you go there, you take a vacation, you do this, you do that. You have these bursts of dopamine. You graduate, you do this, you do that, you achieve this, you achieve that. You just get next level, you make middle manager and upper manager and partner, whatever it is you're doing, board certified, be on the board, you got to make it to the board and that kind of thing. Um, all those levels of success and achievement, it's another form of dopamine. So I think what drives capitalism is the dopamine burst, all the way from the top to the bottom, which is probably explains why so many people who are like literally laying on the streets at the bottom, um, outside of the ones with this mental, outside of the mental, you know, um, and the trauma, which is sort of mental, the ones who've had the abuse and the trauma, but there's usually some sort of substance that's involved, because they're producing this lucid American dream state from the top to the bottom. Um, you know, yeah. There's stories of, Cat Williams said he was the one who was homeless, not Steve Harvey, but literally, guys being planted into places saying they were homeless and they still what? I
Made
achieved the American dream.
did a lot of things. Cares one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was a plan or not, but yes, yes.
Went to a shelter and left home early age too. At least that's his, story.
Yeah, yeah. So, what we covered that already. All right. So, it brings us to the poll question. We ran a poll on the channel, bro. Should the American dream be renamed the American fantasy? That was the poll question. All right. And the options were 100%. Option number 2, absolutely not. Option number 3, unsure at the end. Okay. So 25% were unsure. Now, these are probably going to be your people on the spectrum. I mean, maybe your children too, they, you know what I mean? Have been introduced to certain
Aspects of life.
yeah, could be some sort of pink or white person, somebody's, you know what I mean? Fourth generation Princeton, you know. Then of course there was so 25% said unsure. 75% said 100% they feel like the American dream should be renamed all through the curriculum self, up and down. Talk to your children about the what?
American fantasy.
Tell them exactly about the American fantasy, right? And then, right, You can talk to them about it. If you want to say your Choctaw dream or, I mean, your
Now
wordsmith
what?
family, your Choctaw dream.
Who?
Choctaw.
Choctaw. God damn it.
Towel. Hey, look at this guy.
Yeah, out there.
Choctaw. Now, how? Who goes there? How? I'll scalp
I'm
you
not
and eat
saying
your
all
heart.
that, but
Eat
you're
your
gonna say
artichoke.
it, you're gonna put some respect on it.
You know what I mean? You go over there and you plant tobacco and you're gonna make cotton. I'm gonna show you how to make cotton tobacco. You know what I mean? You know who I am. You know I am. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me, Choctaw. Choctaw?
Yeah.
Choctaw. All right.
Yeah, Choctaw.
Choctaw. You know what I mean? I'm American. I speak the mamby jamby. All right. Learn how to speak some English. Tell me Choctaw. All right, here we go.
English is a native people's language. It didn't come from England.
So what was
England?
What was your response there, fella? Should the American dream be renamed? Even talking to the young children in Theta, you talk to them about the American fan. I think that's fair.
I do too.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let
Look
them
at
know from
Jay-Z.
jump.
He's living an American fan. Look at Michael Jordan. He's living the what?
American fantasy.
Look at him living that American fantasy. Yeah.
He gambled.
I was just about to say, somebody who hit the lotto. Somebody hit the lotto. They what's up?
They live in American.
They live in that American fantasy.
Yeah, because they go. Most people win a lotto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they go broke.
Hey, somebody,
let me take it to the limit.
Hey,
then
somebody
lose it all.
Somebody living check to check. You know what I mean? They're living the American reality or the American dream, right?
No, American reality. I like that's much better.
Yeah, there is a dream. And I think maybe ours should be the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. Well, I mean, you kind of said it earlier. Everybody should be in harmony. You said something to that effect. You know what I mean?
That's that. Yeah, he realized that he asked that
he realized it. He sure
incorporate us into a burning house.
He sure did. He said they bring the immigrants over here from Eastern Europe,
and we taught them,
undergird them with the land, the money, and have us teach them how to till that land. Mechanisms. The end of money that was supposed to come to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, it's a nightmare. It's not a dream.
All right. Well, the American dream is a powerful and influential ideal that has shaped the United States culture, politics, and identity for centuries. However, as we've discussed in today's episode, the American dream is not as simple or as attainable as it may seem. Many factors, such as social class, race, gender. We didn't get into the gender, the misgender. Education and miseducation and economic factors affect the chances and outcomes of achieving the American dream. Moreover, it may have negative consequences for the environment, the global community, and the well-being of individuals in society. Therefore, we need to critically examine and challenge the assumptions and implications of the so-called American dream and explore alternative ways of defining and achieving success and happiness in the 21st century. In the meantime, until then, let's call it the American fantasy, because that's what it is. If you have any feedback, questions, concerns, corrections, suggestions for future episodes, feel free to contact us in the comments out there, or you can call or text 424-900-6945. We'd love to hear from you and learn more about your thoughts and opinions out there. Until next time, stay curious and keep dreaming Remember, ask not what culture can do for you, but what you can do for culture. As always, question everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Dorothy. Peer down those rabbit holes and do your own research, but use caution and discernment, because oftentimes when you stare into the abyss, well, it stares right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect out there. Big, big ups. So I don't have to answer the riddle. Look at that.
Nope.
Week I don't forget to do it. Some matriculation happened. Interesting. All right. Next week, Self, if we don't have a guest, the list. The Epstein Island list out there. We're gonna unpack that. We're gonna unpack that. I mean, that thing's come out and all they've been talking about is Justin Fields kind of this and the third. You know what I mean?
It ain't all the way came out. It's, you know,
It's redacted.
they haven't released all of it.
Why not?
Well, because then, you know
Redacted.
it's I don't really.
Well, they said Obama's not on it.
Well,
they said Barack Obama's not on it.
Well, they definitely didn't put everything out.
Oh, here he is with his KKK feed again. Like one thing I know about Barry Obama is he's straight and narrow. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's Anthony Andrews.
You know that?
I mean, you know, I know Anthony Andrews. I know the type. He's that type.
No.
He's not playing a character. If he can act like that, let me tell you something. He should be in Hollywood.
Yeah, he should be, because you know, somebody acts just like in Hollywood. Actually, he's from Chicago South Side, and even spent a lot of time with Barry.
Plays basketball, smokes Newports, bro.
Taught him all, yeah.
That might play basketball and smoke Newports once. I said, oh, he's got my vote. Once I heard that, I was like, oh, he's got my boy. He could have slapped me like Will Smith did. What's his name? Who did Will Smith slap?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Yeah, we don't want to forget his name. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I still would have voted for him because I'm black. And if you ain't Democrat, if you ain't black.
Well, I ain't black, so I don't worry about that clown's valuation.
He had the right one on the show, didn't he? They be knowing how they could talk certain nonsense, the types of movies they could talk spew certain nonsense to, and not get put in their place intellectually.
The godless.
What do you call him?
Charlemagne the Godless.
Yeah, you got a new name for him every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep inventing names because if I gotta mention him, it's gonna be something, you know.
I'm just glad he finally removed that little male toy he used to have in the background and talk to every guest about putting his finger in the bum. I'm so glad they finally got him to stop doing that.
I really can't watch this show anymore. I can't, you know, the clips of it, I don't even want to watch the clips. I'd be like,
his co-host is Shammy Davis Jr. Did you hear about that? He allegedly went out like going out like Brent Favre. Allegedly, in my opinion.
He's trying to clean it up.
Is he? If they hadn't made him Donkey of the Week yet, the whole show is a sham.
Well, I think I'm a sham.
Yeah, but no, I'm gonna start emailing and calling in. If that guy's not Donkey of the Week, he's sitting there making all that money. You know, they had to let me sit in the show that day and let me do it.
Man, that's hilarious, bro.
DJ Envy.
They say he didn't know. He trying to roll. He didn't know. He just, working with the dude.
What kind of name is that? DJ Hater, DJ Jealousy, DJ Envy, bro.
I mean, it's a spell, bro. So it lets you know.
It does.
Yeah.
He's high yellow, though. I never would have expected him being a common everyday Pookie or Ray Ray. He's high yellow. Looks like he went to some
Well,
sort of
I don't,
privilege. To go.
you know, he it was doing some extra extensive. It wasn't no Pookie or Ray Ray situation that he was running.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
running a
rolling with.
pyramid sham.
Yeah, so yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. You know, I wish him the best, and I hope he didn't do what they say he did. And
I don't think he's foundational. I think he's some sort of Puerto Rican.
well, I'm pretty sure that he's not.
Yeah. All right,
But
big up.
the Caribbean that's a lot of us was stolen and taken to the Caribbean.
Yeah. All right. On boats.
Yeah, from
They
here to
didn't
the
fly.
Caribbean.
They didn't fly there. They went on boats.
Yeah, here to the Caribbean. You definitely take boats of people to, it's all kinds of cruises, from here to, and so a boat definitely could make.
Don't get B Kramer going, man. Don't get him going. And then next week on or Tuesday, Sunday on Mouthpiece Included, where we discuss politics, we're going to be unpacking the NFL championship round. All right. Going into, Super Bowl predictions and such. So that's what we're going to have in store on Mouthpiece Included. And on that format, everyone, you can always pop up, pop in and pull up. But of course, if you do decide to pull up, it's going to be very important for you not to forget.
Copyright disclaimer under section.
Your mouthpiece out there.
Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece out there. Yeah. What he said. So. Which brings us to
the Self Luv Show.
Wrong song. My personal favorite part of the whole shebang, you guys. Get your weight up, you guys. Be woke. Don't be broke. Brings us to Wordsmith's final words out there, 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 out there.
Yes, sir. I have to agree with Malcolm X. His legacy we must protect. But I don't see no American dream. All I see is a whole lot of fiends. Know what I mean? Hooked on that dopamine. Want it however they can get it. They can forget it. Coming with it in the wrong fashion. Talking trash and nigga ain't lasting. You know what's going on. Word is my bone. They've been killing us since the dawn. Not of time, but killing us in our prime, cutting down our leaders, the best believers, the achievers, wide receivers, because everybody could feel their message. And they wasn't out there with no tech clips, no drugs or no hoes. No fancy clothes. Work for the people. Put it together so we can maintain our level, be way more than equal. When the whole world follow what we do, we got a lot to do. so much we've been through. But the dream is not made yet. So keep dreaming till we get there. Words.
Words. Ding it. He did it again. All right, y'all. Go in peace, you guys. Love, honor, and respect yourself.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
I know what it means.
Still learning.
Flesh. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something? Say something.
Slave theory. Greed plus ego over fear. That's slavery.
For sure, I know. Charity plus humility times love is freedom.
Regardless of what you heard, do not answer questions.
Flesh. But no matter where it come from or who you heard said, question everything.
Thanks. Hey, what are you doing over here? I don't answer questions. Why not? I don't answer questions. Who are you? What are you doing over here?
Yeah.
Well, why would I answer your questions and you don't answer my questions? Again, I don't answer questions. Yeah. You try it. You have fun with people. It's one of those conundrum types of loop thing.
Yeah.
Hey, ooh, yeah, I am asking this guy questions. I don't know who he is, and I'm asking him questions.
Right. He getting shrugs after I say I don't answer questions. After anything else, I'm like,
fear is an illusion, so
only love.
Forgiveness is love's highest vibration.
So, do something so-called, something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Healthy people heal that people.
We know for sure hurt people gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys.
Prison is slavery.
P. Yahusha. Walk on waters.
For sure, man. Smooth mountains.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Mountain, bro?
Being the one is just like being in love.
Say all we need is the faith
No one
of
can
a
tell
mustard
when you're in
seed.
love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
We got way more than that. Shorter than last week. Look at it.
Yeah, I see it. It's gonna be behind us soon. It's gonna disappear.